My name's Bob Hendershot, and I'm a historian here at the Grand Rapids Community College, and it's my pleasure today to introduce some of our department's most excellent students. The first awards that I wanted to present go to our geography students. And normally, the presenter for this portion would be our department's geography professor, Michael DeVivo. But he truly regrets that he's not able to be here today, and fortunately he has provided me with a few words to say about our wonderful, outstanding geography students. So, the Lambda Epsilon Academic Service Award is presented this year to Allison Mabey, Heather Primble, and Nicole Ark. And I would like to welcome them to the stage at this time for the presentation of their awards. Oh, they're already here. Hi. So in recognition of their valuable contributions to the discipline of geography, which has been evidenced by their service to the academic community at Grand Rapids Community College, each of these scholars is receiving multiple awards today. They are being presented with the Lambda Epsilon Global Citizenship Award in recognition of valuable contributions to global citizenship evidenced by scholarship and service. All three have been active in supporting the education of African girls. In sub-Saharan Africa, writes Professor DeVivo, 24 million girls can't afford to go to school. A girl may marry as young as 13 and has a 1 in 22 chance of dying in childbirth. 1 in 6 of her children will die before the age of 5. Research shows that if you educate a girl, she will, 1, earn up to 25% more and reinvest 90% in her family. 2, be 3 times less likely to become HIV positive over the course of her life. And 3, have fewer and healthier children who are 40% more likely to live past the age of 5. In the past 3 years, the Lambda Epsilon chapter here at the Grand Rapids Community College has raised enough money to send 20 girls in sub-Saharan Africa to school. And Allison, Heather, and Nicole have each done much to contribute to this effort through the sales of calendars, jewelry, t-shirts. Heather, incidentally, designed the t-shirts with the caption, "Education changes everything." I have one of those. Lastly, the Lambda Epsilon Leadership Award is presented to Allison Mabey. As president of this GTU chapter, Allison has demonstrated transformational leadership attributes in making things happen. Not only did she work to raise funds for African girls, she organized on her own the session on Hispanic education in Western Michigan at the recent Social Science, Race, Ethnicity, and Identity Conference. And she will be making a presentation at the annual conference of the California Geographical Society on how this model that she developed here at GRCC can be emulated in communities across the United States with sizable Latino numbers, arguing that public community-based conversation is as critical a means of addressing these kinds of issues locally and pushing past hot-button issues such as immigration and reform. Thank you, all 3 scholars, for making such a wonderful difference in our local community. Thank you and congratulations again. It is also my great pleasure today to announce the winners of this year's Social Science Department Student Research Paper Competition, which is a project that we initiated about 4 years ago now to reward excellence in the field of the social sciences in general, which includes history and political science and geography, as well as economics and anthropology. Any student who does a research project in the course of any one of our classes throughout the academic year is encouraged to submit their research paper to the annual competition. And at that point, then a panel of 4 to 5 professors from our department will blind review the papers and grade them. And through that process, we select the first, second, and third place winner, and we hold them up as excellence, both for the students of this year, and their papers then can be used as a teaching tool for future students as well, right? For future students who come to GRCC who want to see what a top-notch research paper looks like, we have their winners from previous year's competitions on file. And really, what better way to show a student's academic prowess than through the project of the research paper? Perhaps no other project is a better example of an individual's commitment to their discipline, their academic talent, their skill, their dedication, and their own individual discipline, right, as they engage the crucial material of their coursework. The research papers that have won today are outstanding examples of not only research, but also analysis and argument, and an eloquent statement of how their research helps them to form important answers to crucial problems, past, present, and future. And so we're very pleased today to honor our three winners. The first place winner is Allison Henley, and her paper was produced for her sociology class, and it was titled A Sociological Perspective of Mental Illness, and was the first place winner in this year's competition. Unfortunately, she can't be here with us today, and so I will accept on her behalf. The second place position went to Angela Stoddard for her world history paper, which is a class I teach, called The Religious Power to Rule, a wonderful piece that used a variety of sources from the ancient world to show how elites used the concept of religion to manipulate populations. It was very well argued and took the second place award, and we have a certificate for Angela today. Our third place award goes to Christopher Madalena, who is here as well. And he also is a sociology student and also produced a wonderful paper that took the third place award, and his title was Why Society Copes with Tragedy Through Scapegoats. Once again, a very thoroughly researched and well-argued piece that is highly deserving of this award, so we congratulate him as well.